The animal rights group is suing SeaWorld, claiming 5 killer whales are being enslaved and held there in involuntary servitude. PETA claims SeaWorld is violating the 13th Amendment. SeaWorld calls the lawsuit a baseless publicity stunt. The Super Bowl champion New York Giants will be honored tomorrow morning with a ticker tape parade. It'll begin in Lower Manhattan at 11 a.m. Eastern. It'll be the second ticker tape parade in just 4 years for the champs. And a close call for Madonna at halftime of last night's Super Bowl. The Material Girl slipped and nearly fell backward at one point during a dance number, but she recovered her balance and went on with the show. But who stole the show? Rapper MIA. She decided to give the finger to a worldwide audience. NBC, a little late to react. The network and the NFL have apologized. I didn't see that, though.
Yeah,
I watched it. I did not see it.
I missed it, too. I was watching with my kids. I missed it, too. I spent the entire third quarter on the couch with my son, who was in tears, fearing that the Giants were going to lose. Yeah, well, his twin watched the game and was like yelling. We turned him. He was for the Patriots. He's 7. He's 7. We put family pressure on and flipped him. But he would yell out the score to his twin brother, who was literally crying on the game. Like, it's only the third quarter.
Wow.
Come on, man. Be strong. Go Giants.
No allowance for you unless you're a Giants fan.
Something like that. Yes, that's kind of what we did. Yes, indeedy. All right, thanks, Christy.
You're welcome.
Still ahead this morning on Starting Point, there is more bloodshed to tell you about happened in Syria overnight as the Arab League is urging a halt to military escalation. Reportedly, they're saying it's pushing the country towards civil war. We'll talk about that straight ahead. And our reveal this morning, a White House intern is breaking her silence. She's a 69-year-old grandmother, and she claims now that she was JFK's teenage mistress. She's written a tell-all book. Now she's a 69-year-old grandmother. We'll tell you all about that straight ahead.
Smart is the new rich, sponsored by Ameriprise Financial. Since 1894, we've helped millions of Americans achieve dreams. Start lives together. Start brighter futures. Start a confident retirement. Ameriprise Financial, more within reach.
Americans believe they should be in charge of their own future, how they live tomorrow. For more than 116 years, Ameriprise Financial has worked for their clients' futures, helping millions of Americans retire on their terms, when they want, where they want, doing what they want. Ameriprise, the strength of a leader in retirement planning, the heart of 10,000 advisors working with you one-to-one, together for your future.
Picture a place that's uncommonly beautiful, where nature and custom take the lead, each equally welcoming as you discover the secrets of land and sea, instinctively sensing the rhythm of Caribbean culture lies closer to the surface. Welcome to St. Croix.
What's happened to us? How did we end up here at the mercy of a power outlet? Come on, people, we're better than this. I'm talking to you. And you. Off the floor, everyone. Up, up, up. Now boarding business class now boarding.
It's time for an Ultrabook with the longest battery life. The HP Folio, inspired by Intel and powered by the Intel Core i5 processor, starting at $999. Get yours at participating partners.
Looking in your eyes, seeing all I need. These are the moments I thank God that I'm alive. These are the moments I remember all my life. I found all I've waited for, and I could not have.
Save up to 65%. Call 1-800-BEACHES.
Need another reason to drive a fuel-efficient Edge? Now lease one for an incredible $199 a month. Just $199 a month. Only at your Tri-State Ford dealer.
Oh, America's Choice 2012 special live coverage starts tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome back, everybody. Syrian security forces continue to pound the city of Homs. Reuters is reporting that the head of the Arab League says that the country is on the brink of a civil war. The UN Security Council resolution to isolate Syrian President with Russia and China blocking that resolution. Earlier this morning on Starting Point, I spoke to the U.S. ambassador to the UN, Susan Rice.
The United Nations will continue on this issue. We, the United States, and 13 of the 15 members of the Security Council are united in seeking a peaceful resolution of this. We'll step up our economic pressure. We'll coordinate with our Arab partners ever more closely to increase the pressure on Assad and isolate him. And Russia and China will eventually, I think, come to regret this decision, which has aligned them with a dying dictator whose days are numbered.
That's Ambassador Susan Rice. We have reports that more than 24 people have been killed overnight as the government pushes back on some of the residents there. Arwa Damon has been covering this story for us. She is in Beirut, Lebanon, and I'm told she has a little bit of a delay. What's the latest, Arwa?
Been receiving saying Homs is massacred. Please.
Okay. Obviously, we're having hey, Arwa, I'm going to stop you there because we're having some audio difficulties. We're going to see if we can straighten them out and bring her back to us with an update on what is happening now in Syria. You know, it was interesting talking to Ambassador Rice because she really would not rule in or rule out military options, but also had tweeted earlier in the day when the resolution died at the UN Security Council that she was disgusted. It wasn't much of a surprise, was it? It wasn't, but it's good that the United States has taken that position. We're trying to be hardline with Syria. But what we see overall is kind of an allyship between Russia, China, Iran, and Syria. And those are kind of the four players in that area, especially Syria and Iran. Assad needs to go. The United States needs to be very vocal about that and get Russia and China to sign on with the resolution.
For our audience, though, we also have a veto on the UN Security Council, and we've used that in the past. What you also have here is you talk about that alliance, it's also an economic one, because Russia does significant business with Iran, and so we see the same thing, North Korea being axis of evil, but China does significant business with North Korea. And so when we're dealing with these international issues, another country's economic situation plays a role also in how they make a decision in the United Nations.
And how about Libya and what's happening in Libya? What kind of role is that playing?
That's the other thing, Congressman. I don't know how surprised we can be by this. You know, the handwriting was somewhat on the wall that Russia and China were mad at us about what happened in Libya, that we outlived our resolution there. It was there to go for humanitarian purposes, and we stayed for regime change. It's almost like we knew this was going to come.
It was just a matter of time before this occurred, but it is an economic issue. That's why countries usually make the decisions they make.
Even us?
Even us make it based on economic issues. However, sometimes we make them based upon humanitarian reasons as well, and Syria happens to be one of those reasons.
Well, speaking of Iran, there are tensions rising between that country and Israel. We spoke about that last week. President Obama now sending a warning to Iran that absolutely nothing is off the table. And then schools inflating SAT scores. Is it more widespread than we think? We'll take a look at that straight ahead on Starting Point. Stay with us.
When you treat people right, word gets around.
Market Midas.
Total car care, total customer care. Midas.
Dyson's Cyclone technology does have one major disadvantage. You may have to empty the bin more often. Sorry. The new DC-41. No loss of suction, not even a tiddly bit.
The employee of the month is Spark Card in Capital One. Spark Cash gives me the most rewards of any small business credit card. It's hard for my crew to keep up with 2% cash back repurchased every day. 2% cash back? That's setting the bar pretty high. Thanks to Spark, owning my own business has never been more rewarding.
Introducing Spark, the small business credit cards from Capital One. Get more by choosing unlimited double miles or 2% cash back on every purchase every day.
What's in your wallet? This guy's amazing.
all-new Kia Optima Hybrid with class-leading MPG and class-leading